The cycle of violence in drug dealing is stark, with rivals constantly seeking revenge. This leads to ever-shifting power dynamics among dealers, resulting in ongoing instability within the drug economy. Rich Porter stands out as a significant figure in Harlem's drug landscape, rising to prominence as a crack dealer during challenging economic times. His newfound wealth and lifestyle drew immense attention, exposing him to considerable danger. Alpo Martinez emerged as a ruthless force, notorious for his violent tactics and betrayal of partners. His eventual cooperation with law enforcement underscores the perilous nature of the narcotics game. Pfizer's early life was marked by struggles, including parental abandonment and abuse, which cultivated a fierce protective instinct towards his siblings. These adversities deeply influenced his resilience and choices in street life. His association with Leroy Nicky Barnes introduced Pfizer to the lucrative drug trade, allowing him to amass considerable power and wealth. This partnership enabled him to invest in legitimate businesses, reflecting a dual life. Pfizer's legal troubles began with a routine traffic stop that escalated into a lengthy prison sentence. During his incarceration, he transformed his trajectory by earning degrees and mentoring fellow inmates. Gerald Prince Miller, the nephew of McGriff, led a violent organization under his uncle's influence, perpetrating a string of brutal acts including torture and assassinations. This scrutiny intensified on McGriff's criminal dealings. Upon his release, McGriff sought a fresh start in the film industry and opened a barbershop, showcasing his desire for a new direction. Yet, his eventual return to crime proved unavoidable. McGriff's involvement in the escalating feud between rappers 50 Cent and Ja Rule culminated in violence, culminating in an assassination that further entrenched him in criminal activities. His ties to the music industry turned detrimental. Alpo Martinez's arrest and subsequent cooperation with authorities illustrate the grim realities of the narcotics trade. His plea deal involved betraying former associates, revealing the brutal nature of this lifestyle. Fitzgerald Simmons navigated narcotics trafficking with a unique approach that prioritized a low-profile lifestyle and community support. However, his life ended tragically due to health complications. Nicky Barnes's trajectory from a dominant dealer to an informant underscores the shifting loyalties inherent in the drug trade. His eventual cooperation with law enforcement reflects the profound consequences of his past choices. Johnson's formative years were characterized by bullying and crime, eventually leading him to become a bodyguard for illegal gamblers. His criminal endeavors culminated in a decade-long prison sentence. Following his release, Johnson allied with influential figures like Madam Queen and organized crime bosses, positioning himself to dominate Harlem's rackets. His reputation within the community was a blend of fear and respect. After Johnson's death in 1968, Frank Lucas quickly rose to power, taking control of Harlem's crime operations. Lucas implemented aggressive tactics and forged international connections, ushering in a new era for the drug trade. Lucas established an extensive international distribution network, enlisting military personnel through charm and bribes to streamline drug shipments. This direct access significantly boosted profits while slashing costs. To manage local operations, Lucas recruited trusted family members, minimizing betrayal risks and ensuring loyalty. This strategy fortified his organization's internal stability. Lucas's operation heavily relied on corrupt police officers who turned a blind eye to illegal activities in exchange for bribes. This pervasive corruption allowed him to function with minimal law enforcement interference. The potency of blue magic heroin led to numerous overdoses and fatalities, illustrating the severe repercussions of drug trafficking on communities. This prompted a guilty verdict against Lucas. After becoming an informant, Lucas's testimony sparked numerous investigations targeting members of the drug trade and law enforcement, shedding light on the systemic corruption that pervaded. Upon his release, Lucas was confronted with the devastation wrought in Harlem due to his past actions, highlighting the long-lasting consequences of his choices on individuals and the community.